Again, more policy was asked of him, and here's one, especially again where I mentioned this is a happy-go-lucky audience that's gonna applaud most anything he says. Here he is on women's right to choose. Of course, that's fiery.
What detailed policies will you put in place to guarantee that abortion is kept safe, legal, and accessible, but most importantly, to guarantee women the right to choose what's best for her life?
Thank you. So I think that every candidate for the Democratic nomination ought to be able to demonstrate our commitment to women's reproductive freedom, especially the candidates who are not themselves women. It's why I thought it was important for me to be on the steps of the Supreme Court with Planned Parenthood. It's why, if you visit our website, you'll see our commitment to repealing the Hyde Amendment, our commitment to making sure that judicial appointments are those who share my view that freedom includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, and making sure that we adequately fund the whole range, the whole spectrum of reproductive health services, which of course includes abortion care, but is not limited to that. And I definitely invite folks to look at our website, because our website contains more specific policy proposals than the majority of candidates for president on the Democratic side right now. I promise.
Wow. Mayor King, thank you. Mayor King, you should see, maybe you didn't see all the nodding heads from the women here as you were speaking then. I watched all the heads. They're moving, they're nodding again. There's a lot of agreement about concern about choice.
So that wasn't awkward.
Yeah. I think that question's a layup. Like,
exactly.
So easy.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that the lady is. And then he gave some examples and he said, okay, but then just go to my website, I promise. Yeah. I've got more, because of course, previous to that, as you mentioned, he did get the question about, hey, there's lots of very qualified female candidates in this election cycle. What is it about you? And then so he had to make sure he had to try and differentiate himself. But again, when you're in this large of a field, you have to differentiate yourself, but then try to, in a way, get above someone else without seeming like you're mad or upset at them. Again, Chris Matthews did it to him again. There was a Biden point, and he goes, "Oh, you're putting on Biden. Oh, you're putting on Biden." And he goes, "No, I'm not really." He goes, "Oh, you can't come on here and say you're not putting on Biden when I can tell you you're putting on Biden." It was a weird exchange, but it was very Chris Matthews-like exchange, because you have to try and position yourself correctly. And there, again, it was a minute and a half of him talking about women's right to choose. And what woman is gonna be in the audience and go, "Oh, I don't like that he just said, I have a right to choose what to do with my body"?
Yeah, I mean, two thoughts on this. One, the Hyde Amendment refresher prevents federal funds from going to any kind of abortion services, except in cases, I believe, of the endangerment of the mother's life. But that means that Medicaid, no one who receives Medicaid can get abortions from it, which mostly affect low-income women and women of color, which we know are the most targeted with some of these anti-choice laws. So it's great that he said we should repeal it. I would like him to clarify that, because I was like, Hyde Amendment, you know, like he should say what it is and why he wants to repeal it. But the other thing that again, back to Pete Buttigieg's, I would say the amount of white privilege and male privilege that is going into this candidacy is really coming to the fore here. Because why are Democrats, why is the pro-choice movement losing across this country? It's because state legislatures in states like Indiana are full of Republicans, and that there aren't enough Democratic and otherwise pro-choice leadership coming up from the bottom and taking control of their states.
Yes.
And now you have Mayor Pete, who wants to just jump over all that and be president. Man, nah, we need you in the states. And that's what bothers me about, again, the overzealousness of this person I've never heard of, who suddenly thinks they're qualified to be president. No, sit down, be humble, work locally, because we need you if you actually care about choice.
Yes.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.